everything changes. Nothing stays the same. And this, instead of being a reason for fear, should be seen as a great opportunity. Today, I want to invite you to look at changes with a new perspective. Imagine that life is like a river, it never stops, it's always moving. You can try to resist the flow, fight against the current, or you can allow yourself to flow with it and discover where the current will take you. If you feel stuck, if you feel stagnant, maybe it's time to ask yourself, what in my life needs to change? What do I need to let go of to make room for the new? Transformation is not the end, it's just the beginning of something greater. And when you start to accept that, you'll find a strength within you that you may not have known you had. So today, instead of fearing what's changing around you, open your arms wide. What lies ahead might be far better than what was left behind. Life is a sequence of cycles. Just as the seasons change, our moments in life change too. Nothing stays still, everything is in constant transformation. And when you understand this, you realize that each phase has its reason for being. The beginning, the middle, and the end of every situation are part of a larger plan, a continuous flow that pushes us forward to the next stage of growth. Look around you, nature teaches us this every day. Trees lose their leaves, rivers change their course, and day gives way to night. Everything follows a natural rhythm of renewal. And so do we. If we try to fight this flow, we create suffering. But if we learn to go with it, we discover that every change is an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to grow, to expand. What often makes us suffer is our resistance. We resist change because we believe that what we have now is the best we can get. But the truth is, the universe is always working in our favor, even when it doesn't seem that way. What seems like the end today, tomorrow may be seen as the beginning of something extraordinary. And it's this perspective that changes everything. It's not the end, it's just the next chapter. So, when change knocks on your door, don't fear it. Welcome it as part of life's natural cycle. Let go of what needs to go. And trust that what is coming will bring new lessons, new experiences, and, above all, a new version of yourself. Life doesn't stop, and neither should you. Because it's in movement that we find our true purpose. The fear of change is something deeply human. We tend to cling to what we know, even when it no longer serves us. The familiar brings us a sense of security, but this security is often illusory. Life continues to move, whether we like it or not, and when we resist, we are essentially fighting against the natural flow of things. This constant struggle drains us, keeps us stuck in the past, and prevents us from seeing the opportunities that change can bring. Fear often arises from uncertainty. We don't know what comes next, and the unknown frightens us. The truth is that everything significant we have achieved in our lives came after some form of change. If we look back, we will see that the most difficult moments were also those that helped us evolve the most. When you learn to accept change, fear begins to lose its grip. Of course, it's natural to feel apprehensive about the new, but therein lies the great lesson: trust. Trust that, even when we don't have all the answers, we are being guided to the right place. Trust that life pushes us toward where we need to be, even when we can't see the whole path ahead. It is at this point that true transformation occurs. Resistance to change creates unnecessary weight. Carrying what no longer makes sense, insisting on holding onto what has lost its purpose, only leaves us more tired and unmotivated. Accepting the transformations of life is not about conforming, it is about liberating ourselves. It is recognizing that for something new to emerge, something old must depart. It is in this acceptance that we find lightness and the true freedom to move forward. So, when the fear of change arises, remember, it is part of the process. It is there to be overcome, not to paralyze you. Because it is by overcoming this fear that you discover your strength, your capacity to adapt, and the immense possibilities that the new brings. Change can be frightening, but it can also be the beginning of something that will transform your life in ways you cannot even imagine. Letting go is one of the hardest lessons life teaches us, but it is also one of the most powerful. Often, we cling to what we know because we believe it defines who we are. We hold on to situations, people, and even outdated versions of ourselves, fearing that the new might be worse or more painful. However, the reality is that attachment to what has passed only hinders our growth and transformation. When you allow something to leave, you create space for the new to enter. It's like cleaning a room filled with old furniture. You can't see the potential of that space until you get rid of what no longer serves you. Similarly, when we let go, whether it's a relationship, a job, or even a limiting belief, we pave the way for new experiences that can lead us to a much higher level of evolution. This process requires courage, but the reward is a lighter life full of possibilities. The challenge lies in trusting this process. Letting go does not mean losing, it means relinquishing control. Most of us want to have control over what happens in our lives, but the truth is that we do not have control over everything. By accepting this, we can see what is truly within our reach, our ability to adapt, our resilience, and our openness to learn from the new. Resistance to the unknown limits us, acceptance expands us. Opening up to the new is an act of faith, a leap into the unknown. This does not mean we should abandon everything we have or who we are, but rather that we should be open to transformation. When we embrace the new, we give the universe a chance to surprise us. And often, it is precisely in the things we didn't plan, in the paths we never imagined, that we find the greatest achievements and joys in life. So, when you feel that something is asking to leave, trust that this is part of a larger process. The universe always places in our path what we need to evolve, even if at first we cannot see it. Letting go is an act of liberation. And when you free yourself from the past, you are ready to welcome the future, a future full of new opportunities, learnings, and growth. True transformation begins from within. Often, we seek external changes, new circumstances, new environments, new people, hoping that this will bring the happiness we long for. However, true change, the kind that brings lasting peace and satisfaction, only occurs when we transform from within. It is by changing our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes that we begin to see the world differently, and this reflects in everything around us. The first step towards this internal transformation is self-awareness. We need to understand what is blocking us, what we are holding on to that no longer makes sense, and what repetitive thought patterns limit us. It is a process of self-analysis and self-discovery that can be uncomfortable, but it is essential. By doing this, you realize that many of the changes we fear do not come from the outside, but from within ourselves. When we allow ourselves this introspection, something magical happens. We begin to free ourselves from old fears and limiting beliefs. We notice that what kept us trapped was not the external circumstances, but the way we perceived them. This shift in perspective is powerful because when you change your internal vision, everything around you also changes. The world opens up to new possibilities, and you start attracting experiences that resonate with your new way of thinking. The power of internal transformation lies not only in becoming better but in aligning with who we truly are. Often, we live according to external expectations, trying to meet the standards and ideas of others. But true freedom lies in connecting with our essence and living in accordance with it. When you do this, you not only find inner peace, but you also create a more authentic and meaningful life. This transformation does not happen overnight. It is a continuous process, but each step you take towards your true self brings a new level of fulfillment. And as you transform from within, the world around you begins to reflect this change. Opportunities arise, doors open, and you find yourself living a life that is more aligned with your purpose. Life is a continuous cycle of changes, and when we learn to embrace them, we discover a strength that has always been within us. Everything that happens, all the transformations we go through, has a greater purpose. Each change, no matter how challenging it seems, prepares us for something greater, something more aligned with who we truly are. When you let go of what no longer serves you and open yourself up to the new, you allow the universe to conspire in your favor. So, move forward with confidence. What seems to be the end today may be the beginning of something extraordinary tomorrow. You have within you all the power to overcome challenges and thrive amidst change. A new opportunity for growth, evolution, and happiness begins now.